What is up, guys? Welcome back. Happy 4th of July to those of you that are celebrating. Let today be a day that you go out and treat yourself. I know anxiety can keep us cooped up, especially whenever it comes to larger crowds and everything like that. But if there's something family-friendly, something safe that you can partake in this evening, I encourage you to go do it, whether it's going to see some fireworks in your town, maybe a little barbecue or a cookout, maybe treating yourself to dinner. You know, if you don't have anybody to go do anything with, maybe take yourself out to dinner, you know, see it as some exposure, a little bit of an opportunity, and try to treat yourself. Again, I know how hard that is. I know how hard the holidays are. I know what it's like, guys, when you get invited to something, the pressure's on. Try to view today as an opportunity to do something. If you don't live in America today, go out and treat yourself anyways. You know what I mean? Go out for dinner. Go do something, go see a movie, get out of the house tonight, all right? I challenge you guys to do that. I'm gonna be running a sale on my course for 4th of July, all right? So we're gonna do half off, all right? I don't usually do that, but I'm gonna do that for the 4th of July. So use code FIRECRACKER. I'm gonna put the link for this down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. You get my full course for half off. That brings it all the way down to $33. So you get that for the rest of your life, and it's gonna give you a program to work. Step by step, it's going to show you what I did to get out of generalized anxiety disorder, health anxiety, and panic disorder. So what we're going to be talking about today is how I feel like there's different protocols or go-tos depending on where you're at with your anxiety. There's obviously a difference between managing anxiety and recovering, or going long periods of time where your anxiety is more dormant because you had success with getting past the symptom cycle and you're doing great. You know, not saying that it can't come up in the future, but you go long periods of time without it, and if it does resurface, right, you're able to use the tools that you were given before and you can get out of it once again. So you can call that temporary recovery, you can call that dormancy or whatever, but there's going to be people out there that recover and this doesn't come back, okay? I've helped many people and they haven't had it since, right? So it's possible, okay? I know there's going to be people out there that disagree with this. I've seen this comment so many times, like, you're always going to have it, you just learn how to manage it better. So that's going to be true for a lot of people. And a lot of those people that have said that, that's their life, and there's nothing wrong with managing it. It's awesome to be able to be 75-80% better, and the 20% of issues that you do have, you're able to get through with techniques and things like that. But I will say this, if you want to get past this for good, I mean, you have to really truly believe it, and if you doubt it, then why would your subconscious get on board with 100% acceptance that you're going to get out of it? You see what I'm saying? From a conscious standpoint, you have to be a leader, and you got to show leadership, bravery, and courage when it comes to this anxiety thing, and you have to buy all in, you know, with the fact that you're going to get out of it. You got to believe it 100%. You know, you maybe not know exactly how you're going to do it, but you got to have a vision, and visualization can help you tremendously with this. If you don't use visualization, I encourage you guys to start visualizing on a broad spectrum what life would be like without anxiety. What would that look like, right? For some of you, you're like, man, it would be hard to even imagine that. It's been so long. But then break it down at a micro level. Like, what am I going to do today for my exposure? I visualize that trip to the grocery store going well, or this travel trip, or whatever it is, whatever you got to do, going shopping or whatever. I visualize that it's going to go great and it's going to go this way, right? Instead of visualizing a nightmare. You know, that's what we do all the time. I visualize it going terribly. Start having some optimism and positivity with visualization, and paint a beautiful picture. Don't paint a nightmare, right? So you can start doing visualization every single day. I know I don't talk about it a ton, but this can help out with that, with your recovery process. So where I was going with that is, like, there's different things for different levels of anxiety. I'm not going to say the exact same thing for those of you that developed crippling anxiety a week ago as I would say to somebody that's been watching me for 3 years. You know, and I'm going to get to those of you that have been watching me for 3 years in just a little bit. If it were in the beginning, I would say do whatever you can to get a little break from anxiety, to show yourself that you can. Just get your foot in the door with a tiny break, because in the beginning, that's when it's the roughest, right? Like you're not getting any sleep, you're having constant panic, you don't have great awareness, you don't know how this anxiety thing works, you don't understand the subconscious-conscious relationship, you're still trying to get testing done to rule out heart conditions and all these other things. Your acceptance may be at 0% right now. Sure, you know you have anxiety, but you know it just popped up maybe out of nowhere, or you know you had that one panic attack and it's been nonstop since. So a lot of confusion, right? A lot of darkness, a lot of hopelessness, so much fear. This is by far the hardest part of anxiety, and this is the hardest part for me. So any technique that you can use to give yourself even 5-10 minutes of maybe a little bit more peace or whatever, lessening of your symptoms, cool. I'm talking about things like cold water therapy, you know, putting your hands in ice, holding ice, chewing ice, splashing cold water on your face, taking cold showers would be the next level. I loved doing that. That helped me tremendously, and it would give me breaks from my anxiety symptoms. And my symptoms were really severe, so if it could help me, I know it could help you. It could be any grounding technique you've ever heard of. For some of you, breathing techniques, I know those don't work for everyone, but for some people, breathing techniques, quick meditations and mindfulness videos and things like that to help you, calming the body techniques, massaging, relieving the vagus nerve, things like that. For some of you, it's going to be distraction. I'm getting tongue-tied today. Getting up and moving around, staying busy, right? It could be doing things around the house, doing some chores. For some of you, when you go to work, you do get a little bit of relief when you get really busy at work. So finding something to keep yourself busy. Again, any little technique, going for a walk, phoning a friend, drinking some cold water, something, the lemon and lime wedges, right? I know a lot of people talk about sour candy and all that crap, but you know, maybe getting a healthier option like lemons and limes, keeping those in the fridge and using that. But just things like that to kind of take your mind off of it a little bit, to show yourself that you could get a little bit of a break. And for those of you that have health anxiety, if you can do something like that to help yourself get a little bit of peace, then maybe you can come around to the fact that maybe I'm not having a heart attack. If me calling a friend up and talking to them or a family member makes some of these symptoms lessen or go away, or I kind of forget about it for a little bit, that's not how a heart attack works, right? If I can go take me a quick cold shower and then, some of these symptoms lessen down, maybe it's not this horrific disease that I'm fearing. You see what I'm saying? So it can help out a little bit with acceptance. Okay, so flash forward, right? Say you're getting a little bit more awareness, things are getting a little bit better. What I would tell you would be a little bit different. I would save the distraction and stuff like that for emergencies, maybe severe panic or just this horrific day that you don't want to turn into like a week or two of just constant panic, you know? Maybe going to something like that. But if you're having lesser symptoms, or if you're having just like a moderately rough day with anxiety, I would encourage you to start trying to sit with your anxiety, change your response to the symptoms, showing bravery and courage, not necessarily having zero fear. That comes with time and experience, but just responding the right way, giving context to safety. Why is this a safe place? Why are things going to be okay? Why am I healthy? Going back to your evidence, going back to what all the doctors have said to you if you have health anxiety, going back to all the times you thought something horrible was going to happen when you went shopping or when you went driving, but your worst fear never came true. That kind of deal, right? Letting energy flow in and flow out. And some of you have been watching me for 4, 5, 6, 7 years. I mean, I've been doing this for close to a decade now. It's kind of wild to think about. But like if you've been watching me for a long time and you still got that 10, 20, 30% left, I think for some of you, it is strictly letting go of control at this point. You've got all the evidence. You've been through this time and time again, and you're still here. Nothing's happened. You've been tested out 1,000,000 times. Your worst fears haven't come true for most of you. Instead, it's just technically still just running your life. You still have this gray cloud that follows you around. Some of you might have been watching me for 5+ years and you're still in a bad spot. But you have all the evidence. You do have awareness. You know how it works. You know how associations work. You know that once you enter cycle, it can raise your hypersensitivity and it can take time to get out of it, even whenever you're trying to do the right stuff. You've read books, you've done things. It is time to let go of control and to truly show your subconscious that these symptoms are not needed. And I would encourage you to sit with it. Make a list of all your anxiety behaviors. This is something that I tell my clients when I work with them. Make a list of all the anxiety behaviors that you exhibit when you have an episode or a panic attack or an anxiety attack. For some of you, that's like you got to rub your face and your hair. For some of you, it's standing up and you got to hurry up and pace and walk around in circles. I have to call somebody. Maybe it is like I have to do the cold water and all this stuff. For some of you, it's, you know, I got to get on my phone and distract myself, or I start reacting, you know, saying negative things to myself. Make a list of all these things. It could be like, I remember I used to just to do this right here, just wringing my hands out. Just a lot of different behaviors that show that there is something wrong to my subconscious versus showing that it's not needed. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm just here and I'm just gonna let the symptoms flow through me like energy or water, they come in and go out, not showing any resistance, and I'm saying positive, safe things to myself, and I'm not running away, I'm not avoiding, I'm not having to distract myself, I'm showing that these symptoms are not needed. If I'm pacing around, I'm exhibiting, or I'm showing that there's fear, right? And then I'm justifying, you know, that these symptoms are needed. I'm not trying to do that, but that's what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want the behavior to show that these symptoms are justified, basically. So make a list of these behaviors and start crossing them out, you know? Start paying attention to what you're doing whenever you feel super anxious. Am I showing fear? You know, am I acting out in fear? All right, I want my body language to match what I'm trying to say to myself. Some of you are like, it's gonna be okay, things are fine. And I mean, I get it, it's tough, right? Things are gonna be fine, everything, but you're just like walking around in circles. You're like, you're trying to figure out if you wanna call the ambulance again, or you're about to call somebody, or you know what I mean? We wanna be able to sit here and at the end of the day, let go of control, let things flow in, flow out, thoughts and symptoms, showing bravery and courage, showing zero resistance, giving context of safety and positive responses to our subconscious, explaining why we are good, why we are safe, and why these symptoms are not needed. You have a good response, but you also back it up with your actions too. It's not just talking the talk, it's walking the walk. And that is the hardest part of anxiety. Easier said than done. Probably the hardest thing that I've ever discussed on this channel is being able to sit here with symptoms when you got a fast heart rate, or you feel lightheaded or dizzy, or you're bombarded with thoughts, intrusive thoughts, and just letting it be. I'm not gonna run away no more. I'm not gonna distract myself anymore. I don't have to get up and go do this or do that when I feel this way. And for some of you, that's hard because you know that there's some go-to things that if you do it really quickly, you can get rid of a lot of this, if not all of it. But guess what? Even though there's nothing wrong with managing, if you want to take it to the next level, you have to start doing this because it's going to be waiting for you there still. To ultimately get past these things, I firmly believe that you have to face it. And there's no better way of facing it than sitting here showing zero resistance and not having to go to things, even if it will bring you some temporary relief. If you're looking for the next level, and you know your recovery process, this is what it is, and this is going to take time. It's hard. It's hard. This is the hardest thing that you'll ever do, is just being able to sit with it. So I encourage you guys, over this next week, start experimenting with this. You know, if you're still in the beginning process of this, you've had this for a month or two or less or whatever, I get it. You just try to find some momentum. There's nothing wrong. It's just totally different for somebody that's just getting started with this and somebody that's had this for a few years. This whole thing's kind of gray. Again, I'm not going to tell somebody who just started having horrible anxiety the exact same thing as some of you that have been watching me for 3 years. You know, at some point we have to stop showing resistance and going to certain things. And I know there's going to be other therapists, there's going to be probably other people that talk about anxiety on YouTube that wouldn't agree with me, you know. But I don't know, we all recover in different ways, and I'm just speaking on what I did. It's just what I believe, and I've helped a lot of people, you know, through my coaching, through my course, teaching these things. So I know it works for a lot of people. And I'll say this at the same time, you know, you won't hear a lot of these anxiety or mental health advocates tell you this, but I will. Watch a lot of us, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to just watch me. There's going to be certain things that you can take from each of us and put it together to help you out. I mean, we all have our go-to thing. Like, certain people use just mindfulness or visualization. Some people just strictly did the calming the body and things like that. And then some of us just faced our fears head on and did a lot of exposure and challenging and things like that. There's different ways of getting past your anxiety. Okay, so I encourage you guys to take little gems from different people. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I appreciate you guys watching me. I love it. I'm very thankful for it, guys. But I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Be safe out there today. And again, half off on my course. If you want a program to work, today's a great opportunity to use something like that to help you. Let's make the other, half of this year great, guys. And let's make a lot of headway before the holidays get here, right? So we can enjoy a good holiday season this year and lessen our anxiety. The holidays for me were really rough. Christmas, Thanksgiving, just a lot of pressure. We can make a lot of headway through the remainder of this summer and then heading into the fall, okay? So that course will help you out. Again, code Firecracker, save half off of that. It's a great opportunity to get started on that if you haven't been able to do that yet. My coaching information is down below as well. I love you guys. Hopefully you got some value. Hopefully I'll be coming back with another video soon. All right, bye.